Eddie and his partner Vicky join us now. Hey guys,
welcome to the show.
Have you trained this morning?
Not yet.
No.
Not yet.
But straight after this show, you probably go straight off.
Straight to the ice.
So, Eddie, this is something that you've wanted to do for quite some time, isn't it?
Yes, a couple of the shows, but this one particularly, because I think it's the hardest of the reality shows. And I thought, it's just one of those things I've always wanted to do.
You like a challenge?
I do like a challenge, and I've been to auditions over the last 14 years, and they said, no, we don't need you this year. And then all of a sudden, somebody broke their ankle, and they said, oh, could you come in? And the last minute, and so I thought, well, yeah, why?
It's so weird, because you think, if Eddie goes, I want to do it, what does Eddie do? It was ice and snow. He'd be like, I'd like sign him up.
It's a no-brainer, isn't it? Really? So when you auditioned, are you getting better at skating every time you audition? If you've auditioned 3 times...
Yeah, but I only go for an hour on the ice,
yeah.
My local ice rink. Then I go for the audition. They say, no, we don't need you this year, and that's it then.
So you just forget about it?
Yeah, so over the last 30 years, I've probably been on skates 6 hours over 30 years.
So you're a proper beginner. You were a beginner.
Proper beginner, yeah.
So you had a partner originally that's...
Tippy.
What happened to Tippy?
Tippy, we clashed skates, fell, and she damaged her knee, unfortunately. And, yeah, she had to take a certain amount of time off the ice. And, yeah, we were a bit unsure about whether she would recover in time for the first show. So Vicky stepped in.
Stepped in.
Stepped in.
Good old Vicky. So you must have been like, oh, my goodness, he's an Olympian. He must have thought, this is going to be brilliant. We know he's got the good sport work ethic.
Yeah, absolutely. I was quite starstruck, actually, when I first met Eddie, because he's so inspirational. I mean, he turned 60 last year, and what he's doing is incredible. He's like a sponge to teach. Amazing. Amazing.
That must be the thing, isn't it? You just want people that are going to listen and take it on
Yeah.
and try the hardest, I guess.
Yeah,
no?
and enjoy the process.
Yeah.
It's so horrendously difficult to skate, but he's enjoying the process.
Love it.
And eager to learn.
Yes, very eager.
So, Eddie, we have to ask, obviously you're a great skier, so how does skiing compare to ice skating? Like, is it any of the same skill set at all?
Not really, other than holding an edge, an inside edge and an outside edge. That's it. In fact, if anything, it's bad for my skating because I get into a skiing stance, which is terrible for skating.
Like,
yeah.
Is it? So what stance do you need for skating? Is it just like rigid posture? Kind of?
Yeah, I mean, it's very dance-based skating, so you've got to be upright, you've got to be looking at your partner all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, Eddie's pulls your most funniest of faces sometimes when he's learning something new.
Yeah.
So I keep giving him Austin Powers smarts and stuff like that.
And so what she says, posture, posture, posture. Either that or keep your tongue in, because every time I'm concentrating, my tongue sticks out.
You're quite known for being quite clumsy, yet we watch your performances and they're so good, it's so professional. Does that put added pressure on you both?
Yes, I think the first routine we did for the opening was great, and I loved it. And I think I set the bar rather high for myself, and now I've got that challenge to sort of stay up there. And that's going to get more and more difficult as the weeks go by.
How's it been so far? What's it been like doing it so far and getting the feedback you've got?
Oh, it's amazing.
Done so well.
I didn't know that I was going to be as good as I was, as I am. Thanks for for coaches and for Vicky, and I've surprised myself and surprised everybody. But it's been amazing. I've loved it, and I just want to keep going and see how far I can get.
And Vicky, when you get a partner, there a point you think this is going to be good? Was there a point you just thought it clicked and Eddie was going to be good?
Well, I think it's really important to work on the basics and the foundations of that, and then you develop lift work and other sort of footwork from there. And Eddie applied himself really well to the basics, so that's kind of helped from the get-go. But yeah, excited to see where you go with this.
Oh.
Eddie, you've been training hard and you look in great shape, so I find this baffling. So eating the right meals is important. Yours just happens to be Greg's. But, and everyone loves a Greg's, but like every day, pretty much, no?
Oh gosh, 2 or 3 times a day I go to Greg's.
Well, the good people at Greg's have said Greg's has sent you a limited edition baked tray box ahead of Valentine's Day. There's a selection of tasty savouries that you love. Your sausage and bean cheese melt.
Oh,
is that your favourite?
Yes, sausage, bean and cheese. Yeah.
Thanks, Uber Eats.
We've
just sent that in for you. Are you going to open it?
That's like the milk tray.
It's yours.
The milk tray.
It's yours, anyway. Let's see what's inside. Let's have a look. I'm dying to know. Oh, my God.
Oh, my word. No, that is good.
That's just
You've got a steak temptation, the OG sensation, which obviously must be the...
I love this. Can you buy this?
Wow.
Buy this for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
I love that.
Oh, I can smell them as well.
You're still after one of those black cards, aren't you?
I am. I'd love one, but...
What, did Greg's do a black card as well?
I think Stormzy's got one.
3 Gregs for
Oh,
life.
stop it. We'll have a chat with them afterwards. We'll have a chat.
Wow.
So we've got to talk about your time in the Olympics back in the day.
Gosh.
What are your memories and what do you hold close to you? Because you're such a fighter. What are your memories?
Oh, I can remember it like it was yesterday, the whole thing, even though it happened, 36 years ago? Almost to the day, Valentine's Day, it happened 36 years ago. And, yeah, I can remember it like it was yesterday, the crowd, just getting there, lighting the Olympic flame. It was just amazing.
And then to make a film from your life, what was that like for you? I mean, they grossed £46 million from that film.
Well, I signed the deal to make the movie back in 1999, 25 years ago, and I thought the film would never be made after 10, 15 years. And then I did Splash, won that. That was the impetus then to make the film, and they did such a great job.
It was so good.
I loved it. And it still makes me cry when I watch it as well now.
And it's so close to the true story as well.
It's very close. It's, I'd say it's probably about 80% true, but it only represents probably about 5% of my life. There was so much more that they could have put in, but they had to keep it down to a certain length. But they did a wonderful job, and Taron played me so beautifully.
But also such a struggle over adversity, wasn't it? Because no one, none of the federations, wanted you there. You had to really fight to get there, didn't you?
It was a struggle, yeah. They kept moving the goalposts, and, I slept in the back of the car and in cow sheds and scraped food out of bins and did all kinds of things. But other countries were wonderful. They gave me equipment, they gave me places to stay, they gave me a bit of coaching, and they were wonderful. So, I just took advantage of whatever came my way.
Kindness of strangers,
any help, I thought, oh, yes, please, and I would jump at it. So, yeah.
Well, we are so excited to see your journey. We are... I can't wait for Saturday.
Vicky smells blood. She's got a winner on her hands. Come on, let's do it.
It's actually on Sunday, isn't it? It's on Sunday, 6:20 p.m. on ITV1 and ITVX.
Dance week this week, so...
Dance week?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you know, do you know what you're doing?
Yeah, we're doing jive, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
Yes.
Jive on the ice? That's going to be tough.
A lot of complicated footwork, which we're trying to work
Get your
on.
carbs in. You'll need them.
Sausage rolls.
You've got your bait tray now, you're sorted. Thank you for joining us.
You may now go through to the boardroom.
I can do this.
So scared.
Hello. Hi, guys. All right, we can break out today.
And the Oscar goes to.
That's a winning moment there, I can see.
We've been waiting for
I
and
love
of course,
this.
Baroness Brady and Tim Campbell, welcome to
Lovely.
the
Good to see
show.
you.
And you, so nice to see you.
Baroness Brady.
Call me Karen.
I actually call you Baroness Brady.co.uk, as you full well know. Karen, it's so lovely to see you.
Yeah, and you.
I mean, the pair of you are more than the eyes and ears of the show because you see absolutely everything. How does it feel sitting in the corner of those rooms? Because I have been on the receiving end of it.
I was going to say, well, you know
It's horrendous.
it's intense, right? I mean, we always say that our role is that we're not really there. We don't really want to be noticed. We're just observing. And our job is really to keep the candidates honest in the boardroom. So when Alan asks them something, who was responsible for this, and they all say, not me, we actually know,
You know the
answer because we were there. So our job is to help the process, keep the candidates honest, and feed back to Alan who did what, when, why, and normally how things went wrong, but occasionally how things went right.
But from Alan's point of view...
It's Lord Sugar's team.
I'm sorry. Baroness Brady. Lord Sugar's
Know your place, know your place.
From Lord Sugar's point of view, that all works out fantastic. But from a contestant's point of view, Karen, I tell you now, you were obviously on the challenge when I was on. You looked after the boys' team. You would make me doubt whether the sky is blue because you have got the most beautiful face, but your face frightens me so much. I would sit there and go, the sky is blue. I take one glance at Karen for sort of an affirming look that she's never going to give me, and I genuinely go, no, it's cerulean, it's yellow, it's red. You scare the life out of people.
I have to say, when you did the celebrity one, your team was terrible.
They were awful.
I mean, terrible.
I didn't
Beyond
sleep
terrible.
for 2 days.
I've got to be honest.
It was so funny when you were doing the man with the balloons that exposed himself. Claude was watching Robbie Williams perform live. The contrast
Our
between
entertainment
what
was
the girls
naked middle-aged man with balloons and Omid Jalili. And the girls had Robbie Williams.
Tim, you obviously have been on the other side.
Yes.
You're quite fortunate that you've been a candidate and now you're kind of there being eyes and ears.
Yeah.
Do you know that feeling? Did you expect when you were on the show that the eyes and ears would help you?
No, I think we had Nick and Margaret back in the day, right?
Yeah.
And Margaret had a formidable eyebrow that used to always raise
that eyebrow.
Scared the hell out of everybody. But she's an amazing person who went on subsequently to help our balls. But I think the candidates have to be really, really cautious that they have to keep themselves honest to the task of trying to impress Lord Sugar. What they often forget, isn't it, Karen, is that they often forget the best way to do that is work collaboratively as a team. So their egos sometimes get a bit big and they forget that you've got to bring everybody along because then you don't get into the ballroom and get fired.
Yes. That's predominantly
it's hard,
because
though, isn't it?
lots of them are entrepreneurs or run their own business and are the decision makers. So they're used to being in control.
They're the boss.
And suddenly when
Being
there's
a member
8
of a
of
team,
you and you all think you're the boss, you get these clashes of personality.
it's
no one listens.
ego-central.
It is a bit.
Ego-central, and
And
we
it's
love
chaos.
it.
Only imagine. Is it easy for you guys to spot a winner on day one?
Definitely not.
No.
Oh, really?
No, the reality is that we are, as Karen said, we are there just to observe and feedback the information. And it's very interesting, no matter what you think of the first impressions, they dramatically change as the candidates learn, they integrate, and they work together on their different tasks. Interestingly, when you spot a candidate as a viewer, it's just to see how they develop along the course, but you can never, ever understand who's going to be the winner because you just never know what
But
these
that's
tasks
why,
are.
Karen, it's so great, because this format has run and run and run and run. We're going to see a little clip now, just playing in the background of this year's series. But why do you think it has been so successful, The Apprentice? Because even though it's the same every year, it's so different every year.
I think predominantly because it's so authentic. I think, you know, you've got one of the world's best entrepreneurs who's achieved so much. And when you get through the process, the person who wins gets the opportunity, a dream of a lifetime, to open their business. They get £250,000 from Alan Sugar's pocket. And more importantly, they get his mentorship and his guidance. And the winners previously, they've gone on to run businesses worth millions of pounds. Some have sold for millions of pounds.
Some of them come and do This Morning's View.
Yeah.
You go.
I mean, what more do you want?
So real success. So the build-up to the actual, you know, who wins, it's so life-changing. And I think viewers of all ages like to see business on TV.
Of course.
They're aspirational themselves. They want to be entrepreneurs. And they learn what you should do and also what you shouldn't do. So I think that's good.
Really quickly, in our last minute here, this year's tasks seem very modern. You've got electric cars, vegan cheese. It all seems...
Artificial intelligence, virtual rooms. I think that is part of the appeal of the show. And we want as many people to apply as possible because the applications are open now for the next cohort. But what's keeping people consistent is they know there's going to be the interviews, there's going to be the shopping task. But at the same time, there's new tasks, bringing new technology because the world of business is moving and The Apprentice keeps up with that.
But tonight's show is one of the classics. It's a corporate away day and you'll see some disasters. They have to make a meal for the corporate guests and it's fish cakes and apple crumble and they end up using the crumble instead of the bread cakes on the fish cakes. They think the oven is they use what they think is an oven, it's a microwave. Everything gets ruined.
Do you ever sit there? Because you do keep the face, Karen.
do you
do you ever just not go, what are you doing?
Yeah, well, I think it was
guys.
total chaos.
There it is, the Karen face. The Karen face. The face of fear.
That's
Total chaos.
exasperation. It's chaos tonight. And then the other team have to make brownies, and there's only 5 ingredients in a brownie, as we saw earlier. And they forget the flour.
Even better.
So
But
it's
do you
a
know what?
disaster.
Total chaos.
We love it.
Great telly.
We absolutely
Great
adore
show
it. And
tonight.
we
I
love
love
you
it.
two on it as well. The Apprentice, it starts tonight at
Thank you,
9 p.m.
guys.
on BBC One. So lovely to see you
I'll
both.
be at the West Ham Bournemouth game.
I'll see you
Yes.
there. Babe.
See you
I was at the club
later. See you
yesterday.
later.
I'll see you there. Now, if he wasn't busy enough taking on challenges with Rob Beckett or quizzing celebrities on the weakest link with that little wink, Ramesh Ranganathan has added another project to his busy schedule.
Yes, earlier this month he started his new stand-up tour, Hustle, and with dates across the UK until April, Ramesh is here now to tell us more. You do like being on the road, don't you?
Well, yes. I mean, I do like being I do like being busy. Do you know what I mean? It's I mean, being on tour is kind of a bit like a break. I don't want to say this publicly, but
you good now?
It is much easier. Like life is easier when you're in a hotel.
Service.
Yeah, I mean, like sometimes, like Lisa, my wife, will phone me up and go, "How's your day been?" And I'll go, "Oh, you know,
haven't stopped."
Well, I worked for an hour and a half last night, and then went to bed. And they bring me breakfast to the room. Or how about you? And she went, I did the school run and like da-da-da. And I go, oh, yeah, it sounds... Anyway, I've got to go. I think they're bringing me lunch. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's...
really busy, Lise.
And at that point, you realise she's actually not on the other end of the phone. She's hung up.
Yeah. And listen, and if she did do that, fair play. I support her decision.
Well, you've gone and said this is probably your most honest tour to date. What do you mean by honest? What are we talking about?
Well, like, I feel like every time I do a tour, the aim is to be as honest as possible every tour. I mean, like this one, I thought, I don't want to say anything for a comedic angle. I just want to base it in truth and then see if I can be funny. You know, just be as real as I possibly can. And I feel like this show is more than I've ever managed that before.
But you are naturally a funny guy.
Oh, thanks, man.
And that sounds really weird. But that's rare for comedians because a lot of comedians, they really prep, they get their joke. You're just naturally a funny guy. I saw you last week, and I was like, oh, Rob, you made me laugh.
Yeah, well, yeah. I feel like I do think like when you're writing the show, whenever I'm like trying to, I mean, I don't ever write the jokes out in foot, but it's like ideas. But then sometimes if you think that's a bit embarrassing to say, you're probably onto a good thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, if you feel like a bit awkward about it.
It's like
the truth that people don't really talk about.
Exactly.
That's what I always really find funny. The thing you can relate to that you'd probably never say out loud, but
Although
I've
got into trouble in the past. Like, I remember saying, like, that when I go to, like, drop the kids off at soft play, like, other parents come and talk to me, and then I said on stage, I don't care about other people's children. Do you know what I mean? Like what I mean is that, you know, I'm just there for mine. Yeah.
I think we're all a little bit like that.
And then I went to a kid's birthday party, and then these parents came up and they said, we tell you how we were doing, Ramesh, but you clearly don't care. And
okay.
I mean, like, Lisa never watches me. She's just like, what have you said now?
What have you done?
What is a new thing that means we're socially cut off from?
Why do all the school parents hate us? What's going on here,
Ramesh? Seems to be a funk around.
I've had an orange thrown at me at the gate.
Yeah, the maddest one was...
Katie Piper with a pair of chopsticks.
The maddest one was, like, this isn't to do with, like, stuff I've said on stage, but, like, I put on a show on sale in my local theatre, and like, they posted it on Facebook, and like this woman commented underneath going, I would never see this man live. He always looks so grumpy on the school run.
Oh.
And I was like...
Was it the head teacher?
No. No. We don't speak after a certain incident. But, like, no, it was just like... I was getting reviewed for my general school run behaviour.
Oh, goodness me. OK, well, there you go.
I mean, I do have resting in different phase. That is a truth.
That's what we love about you. That's what we love about you.
But it's even when, like, they you know, when I was coming over to do the pancake thing, I thought, if they cut to me...
You're just going to look unimpressed.
I'm just going to look so... Yeah. It's delicious.
Really nice. Thanks for the berries.
So, obviously, you're going on tour, but everybody, as we know, has to start somewhere. And for you, when you were a child, you were really interested in stand-up, weren't you? Which is, I think, quite rare. I can't imagine my kids being like, I'm really interested in stand-up. How did that come about?
Well, I had a lot of spare time because I didn't have any friends. No. So you start looking elsewhere, do you know what I mean? No, but the truth is, we used to go to, like... my mum and dad used to take us to the local video rental.
Have a look at that
picture.
Oh, my goodness, what a shot.
That is so true.
That is so
I feel like every family has that type of photo.
My mum bought the package. So
you get the round frame.
And then, like, every 5 years we had to reconvene in the studio.
Got that halo around it.
I love it. I love it.
It was, that was bad. But, and then, like, I used to hire out... I got really into Eddie Murphy, and I started watching, like, Beverly Hills Cop and Trading Places and all that. And then I saw he did stand-up, and I just watched this stand-up film. Like, it was just literally him in concert, and I was just like, one person doing a whole gig like that, I just found it amazing. And so then off the back of that, I sort of wanted to be a stand-up. And then I ended up, I ended up doing my first gig at, like, 9 years old.
Wow.
Amazing.
We went to Pontin's holiday camp.
What a place to do
Oh,
it.
mate, do you know what? That's where all the best showbiz stories
It's true.
start.
Yeah.
Look at Stephen Mulhern.
Exactly that. Mr. Butler.
He loves it. Rom, obviously tickets for the tour. I'll take it all on the website.
Yes.
Head to your website and all of that.
Yeah.
I can't let you go without talking about two things.
Sure.
First up, Goodbye, Weakest Link. I mean, iconic shoes to fill, Anne Robinson.
Yeah, I was quite worried about... I've never really seen myself as a quiz show guy. And so when it came in, I was like, you know, when they sort of started talking to me about it, I was like, well, I don't know if that... You sort of get worried that you're not going to be good at that sort of thing. And then they said, well, you're going to host it in, like, your own way. We're not trying to make you something
Rom,
you're not.
so good at it. I know you don't need us to tell you, but you...
No, I do.
No,
honestly, I need so much validation.
You're so great on it.
You've got it all
so dry
from us.
and
You've
it's
got it all
perfect.
from us.
And just before we let you go, I know you're part of the Radio 2 family anyway, but you're taking over from Claudia. You're going to become a Saturday boy like me.
Yeah, I'm very
Are you looking
excited.
forward to it?
Yeah, I'm hoping to get some tips from you, because you've nailed it. And
Babe, you just need to turn up with a lovely fringe and the show go well. That's all you need to do, Rob.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm trying to grow it in.
I'm sure I've got a
clip
clipping one in the dressing room.
Leave me some
somewhere you
presents
can
in the
borrow.
studio. That's the best way to get
I'm
on the
on it,
best
mate.
side
There
of
you
the Saturday
go.
team.
I'm on it.
So good to see you.
You too.
Good luck with the rest of the tour.
Thanks for having me. Thank you very much.
Lovely to see you, mate.
Now, it is the star-studded spy thriller that's coming to the big screen.
Is it Bonnie?
It's not Bonnie.
Oh, I wish it
no,
was.
it's not.
There she is. Ahead of the release of Argylle, we sent Sian to meet Hollywood A-listers Henry Cavill, Bryce Dallas Howard and director Matthew Vaughn. Bonnie!
What, you want me to interview the cast of Argylle? Henry Cavill?
Agent Argylle.
It's all about spies, yeah? I reckon I'd be a pretty good spy. It's good old-fashioned sort of spy drama. I've loved it.
It's his fault.
Yeah, I mean, it's brilliant, Matthew. I'll start with you, though, Henry, because you are playing Argylle, who the whole film is named after. What can you tell us about Argylle for audiences that are looking forward to seeing the film, and what can they expect?
He is an idealised version of what a spy is. If you take all the spy tropes and you turn them up to 11, you get Argylle. Performance-wise, the trickiest bit was Argylle obviously takes himself seriously due to the nature of what and who he is, but the movie doesn't. And so treading that fine line between the tone of the movie and how the character feels was one of the trickiest bits.
And you didn't keep the flat top for some reason.
I know,
I'm
weird.
really
I
disappointed.
thought he would keep the haircut.
I just
It was iconic.
I don't have an on-site hairdresser to do that every morning for me.
And Bryce, your character, right, let me try and say this. So, you play Ellie Conway, writer of the spy novel Argylle, in the movie Argylle, based on the real-life book Argylle, written by Ellie Conway. So, my question is, what did the actual author of the book, Taylor Swift, think about it?
I was very sad to find out that Taylor Swift is not the author of this book. I think your daughter showed up and was like, why did you not tell me that Taylor Swift wrote
No, she
Argylle?
really did. I had an argument with her, and then
like,
she
"How
showed
dare you
me
keep
all
that
the
from me?"
rumours, but it's not true.
Sorry for going down a rabbit hole here, but I am a sucker for a conspiracy theory. And I swear there's a scene with Samuel L. Jackson, it's like the HQ, and I'm sure I saw 1989 flashing up on a screen above him. 1989, the name of one of Taylor Swift's biggest albums.
Well, that was the year I left school.
It's just the year left school.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Whoa, hey! So am I right in thinking it is your cat in the
No,
movie?
it's my daughter's cat. We had an acting cat that couldn't act.
Oh dear. Well, it didn't make the cut.
It didn't make the cut, so I literally went up to my girl's bedroom and borrowed the cat for 3 months.
Matthew, how do you fire a cat? That's quite intense.
The truth is, you just I can't answer that without probably being cancelled.
Okay. I mean, I've never seen so many big names in one movie. Catherine O'Hara, Samuel L. Jackson, Dua Lipa. In fact, Dua Lipa, I need to ask you about her. How did that come about?
How did Dua come about?
Yeah.
Well, I cast this gentleman first, and I thought he was excellent in Man from U.N.C.L.E. I really,
that's fantastic
I mean,
film.
I thought it was a great film. Loved it. And the movie starts with Henry in a crazy scene, and I needed a femme fatale that could own the screen and share it with him in an equal basis. And Dua Lipa came to mind.
You and I, we're not so different.
I was thrilled she said yes, and she excelled, and she listened. She was humble, and she worked hard, and I can promise you this, Henry was really nervous of dancing with her.
You know there's a horde of fans out there who would have taken my head if I dropped it. Yeah.
Do you think in real life you would make a good spy, or...?
No.
No? Why is that?
I mean, yes and no. No, I mean, it'd be a double bluff situation if I were.
Can you imagine?
I mean, yeah, it's like, who's that guy? Or why is Henry Cavill here? He's like, what is he recording me?
You wear as Bryce, I think you would. You'd be brilliant.
I have no poker face.
Oh, okay.
I'm terrible.
And that's what a spy would say.
Chris Pratt has accused me of being a spy many times.
Oh, really?
He would always liken me to the Russian maid, where he would be like, no one knows, and you're just in the room,
silently
and
in
you're
the background.
memorizing every single thing that's happening.
Well, guys, I feel like I've learned a lot from this movie. I've sussed out what makes a good spy and what doesn't, and I think I've picked up on some of those skills. What's that over there, by the way?
Yeah, that's a spy move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No comment.
Yeah.
Comedy queen, Sean Welbeck.
I like
Comedy
that.
queen. Argyle is going to be released in cinemas tomorrow before streaming globally on Apple TV+.
I know, but was it the right decision? We're not sure about that. We're joined now by the wonderful Victi Hannah Spirit alongside former Dance on Ice pros Matt Evers and Frankie Seaman, who have started a new podcast covering all the ice rink action. So I suppose this is a busy time for you.
Which I love as well that you get dressed up in a suit for. It just kills me.
Well, it was movie week last week.
I love it. I just love it.
Yes,
I'm
absolutely
obsessed
that.
with
We need
it.
to work with the themes. We'll start with you, Hannah, first of all, because obviously it was, of course, sad to see you go. How was that experience for you? Because I think when we have people on the sofa and we talk like reality shows and we talk kind of the competitions, for me, Dancing on Ice is the bravest choice because all I hear is injury after injury. Like, it's a real skill. It's not like sort of learning something that you can half wing. This is a real skill, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm kind of glad I'm out of it in one piece. Do you know what I mean? And I've got everything intact.
She's happy to be on the
everything
sofa.
works. Yeah. And I can watch it next Sunday on the couch. But it is like, it was amazing to learn that skill. And yes, it is completely dangerous. You know, anything can go wrong. I had something that went wrong 3 hours before
We saw in the rehearsal
performance.
clips.
It wasn't like anything
No.
major.
But it still does knock you.
Of course.
And it just reminds you that, you know, anything could go wrong at any time. There's just a lot to think about with every move to make it go right.
But you did have a great pro. You had Andy, didn't
I had
you?
Andy, and he did
seems
help.
fantastic. What was he like to work with?
Yeah, he was fantastic. Obviously, he's done it for years, and he was definitely the right partner for me. He was completely, you know, he pushed me out of my comfort zone. And yeah, it was just amazing. It was
That's
just
what
a
you
joy
need, isn't it? When you're embarking on something like that, you need a real good, solid partner, don't you? I can only imagine that. Look at you there as Elsa. Look, your daughters must have absolutely.
Not even that. I'd have that like, on my gravestone. You know what I mean? I did that.
Oh,
they must have loved watching you perform.
Do you know what my little is? She went, does Mummy have Elsa's superpowers?
Oh,
I know.
clearly
just,
you do.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, and
Their
so
faces,
that's,
though.
I know, their
Their
little
faces.
faces. So
that's
yeah.
what it's all about, isn't it?
And we know
exactly.
you've got an autoimmune disease, and that's got involved when it's come down to training at points. So you've had to miss a few rehearsals.
Yeah.
How much impact did that have on the whole Dancing on Ice experience?
It had a massive impact on the start, especially. I felt like I've only really come into my own in the last 2 weeks.
Right.
And I've been solid in terms of feeling good every day. So, yeah, there was a lot of up and downs. And then, yeah, the last 2 weeks have been solid. So I felt like I was about to sort of like
Yeah, it's taken a minute to get there. Yeah.
But I'm grateful to have had that sort of exercise on a daily basis because I feel so much stronger for
Well, you
it.
could say, I mean, you broke
know.
the ice. You could say.
Yes.
And talking of breaking the ice, hello, icebreakers.
Oh, my gosh.
No, you two.
He's here till 12:30, everybody.
Seamless.
Monday to Thursday. That's what we call a segue in television. When did this come about? And why have you not been doing it for the last however long?
Well, thank you for saying that. No, I've actually been trying to do this for the past 3 or 4 years, actually before COVID started. But when you're on the show as a professional, you have no time to even do your own laundry.
No.
Yeah.
Let alone co-host a podcast, come up with the concept. So when I decided this year to retire, I was like, oh, I've got some free time this year. And no better person to do it alongside than with Frankie.
And it's so nice
It's
to be
the
able-
outfits for me, Frank. Look. I mean, the podcast, you're sitting there, you've got your little gilet on. I'm loving it.
Yeah. We decided to go all glamorous. I mean, I think it's just nice for us to be able to share our expertise with the fans because, you know, you get the little comments from the judges, 1 or 2 lines. They can't really explain what's going on backstage. They can't really explain what's going on behind the scenes. And I think we are really perfectly placed to be able to bridge that gap and dive deeper and tell people, this is what's happening in this lift, this is why it went wrong, or this is why they shone bright this week.
Do you know what? You're so right, because they sort of give a critique, and I might watch it and think, hang on, that seems a little bit harsh. I didn't really notice that, but because it's a live show and the nature of it, there's not enough time to elaborate on that.
They pack so much into that hour and a half, especially this past week. There was 11 couples.
There was no skate-off, was there?
Yeah, and no skate-off. And what was, like, even Jane saying, we want you to work on the basics, but you guys at home don't know what the basics are. So that's what we do on the podcast, is really explain what the judges' critiques are, how it all pans out, what you guys are feeling, and So
sometimes we can even pick up, just from watching them backstage or on the VT, we can tell what kind of week they've had, because we've been through it so many times with so many celebs. So we know even where their heads are, not just what they're doing physically on the ice.
Well, I used to do it at Big Brother with Bit on the Side. I would call this Pick on the Side, by the way.
I like that.
I love it. It's like basically a Dancing on Ice spin-off.
Exactly.
And that's what I love about the pod, because you two have been through it. You know what it's like. And we don't get to see that much, especially when you've got so many contestants. The time is so short on the main show. To have that sort of debrief is fantastic. Why have you only just started doing it? Why have you not done it forever?
I don't know.
It's so strange because we work together so well as well, and it's so nice to have Matt here in the country and to be able... We were going to do this from our bedrooms, literally, from him from LA and me covered in cats,
It's giving
obviously.
COVID. It's giving COVID.
And then we've got this amazing studio now, and it's so nice to be back together, not on the ice, but back together. It's lovely.
So who have you got your eye on? I know, because it must be hard to be objective. You've worked on the show for a long time. Who, for you, is up there?
I have to say, out of the 16 series that we have had from day one, this is probably the deepest pool of talent that we have had. And especially like with Adele, her journey, we have never seen anything like this on Dancing on Ice before.
She's an amazing storyteller, and I think the minute she steps on the ice, you're just waiting. What's she going to do this week? So different the 2 weeks that we've seen. And we've also seen her, because we've got expert eyes, we've seen her actually improve hugely over that period.
Well, look, keep doing it, because we love the pod. Hannah, I can't let you go without asking, you still going to skate? You still going to keep those...
I am.
Yeah?
I want to teach my eldest.
Perfect.
Yeah,
who's
that's 5.
so nice.
Well, that's what you
Yeah.
That's what we want for you.
I am.
They're only going to want you dressed as Elsa, though. That's the problem.
Every Sunday now.
Sorry,
So do I.
you need to bring Elsa.
That's all I want. Lovely to see you.
Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
The best piece of telly I think I've ever seen, and that traitor that pulled the wool over everyone's eyes and won that massive £95,150 jackpot all for himself joins us now. Harry.
Oh, well,
mate,
congratulations.
Yeah, firstly,
hey.
congratulations. Secondly, double congratulations, because what people don't realise in telly, like if you go on a game show or something like that, you don't actually get the money until it goes on TV. When did you get the money?
So I literally got my money on the way here this morning.
Got the way here, everyone!
I just want to... Well, I'm not going to do it, but take my top off and run around and scream.
Don't do what you want. We don't mind. We're only here this week.
Rylan's done work.
Yeah, I have done work.
Because you shot it. It was all shot back in.
Yeah, like
September.
Time. Yeah.
Okay, so you.
So I've like obviously there. I'm lying for however long I was there for, and then I had to carry on lying because I've obviously come back.
Of course.
Everyone's. Where did you go? Oh, I just sort of went out. Went to see a man about dogs. My mum would
because you're in the army, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah.
So what did they think you were doing?
So I just was like, I've just had like an exercise deployed. I was just deployed somewhere. Wasn't allowed my
Scotland.
phone. Yeah.
At least that's a little bit more believable.
Yeah,
you know? Like you're in
100%.
the army kind of makes sense. Like
there is so many questions I've got for you, Harry. But let's
Are
go
you
all
ready?
the way. Are you ready for this? Because I'm the ultimate fanboy.
I'm fanboy and I can't wait.
Stop
this is
it!
amazing.
Look, you from day one, you were selected as a traitor. So you are a traitor through and through. From that moment, you got that little tap on your shoulder from the Winkle herself.
Yeah, I know.
I saw you physically lick your lips.
You know, I didn't even.
We all saw it. You were like, Harris, I'm a traitor now, all blindfolded. Did you want to be a traitor when you went?
Yeah, 100%.
I really.
And also that lick of the lips thing, like. No one sort of believes it, but I just had like proper dry mouth. I was smiling, so you know, I was trying to pull my tongue back down with my teeth.
Your lips
I was
stuck
like,
to your tooth.
I'm going to take this blindfold off, and everyone's going to see me with my lips stuck up here.
Because you're nervous when you're in that environment, right?
I sort of like licked to be like all right, come back down. I need to sort of focus.
It became like a meme on Twitter.
Yeah,
Everyone's going, he loves it, look, he wants to be a traitor.
I did love it, though, because I was like, I've always said I'm a Jekyll and Hyde sort of person. Monday to Friday, do the job, get the work done. As soon as it comes to the weekend, I have no control over my action sort of thing. I'm just Harry who loves to just, So then when I was in there, it was like, I have to be trustworthy and faithful all the time. So I wanted to see if I could pull it off.
The one thing that I think you really had in your favour is, what are you, 22, 23 now?
Well, 23 now.
23 now, 22 on the show.
Yeah.
You were pretty much played it like everyone's little brother. You know, we saw you there with Molly in the final. She looked at you as basically a twin.
She's devastated.
Yeah, she trusted you completely. That was the best bit of gameplay. But for you going in, we can all sit here and go, oh, if we did that, I'd love to be a traitor. The second you get that tap on the shoulder, that's when it becomes real. And your mindset completely changes in that 100%. Moment. Am I going to be finding traitors or am I going to be the one who's murdering people in the night? What goes through your mind when you met up with the other traitors in the turret?
It was like the hardest thing because I have the worst, believe it or not, I have the worst poker face in the world. It's like my family always know when I'm lying. So like, say if Louise like here like this and you was like, you're a traitor, I'd be like, no, but then start laughing and then someone would be like, well, that's so random. But in there, it was like, I don't know what happened. It was like a switch flicked and I was like, here for my family, here to make, like, try and win the money.
And that was your
tagline. That was my motivation.
Yeah.
And that was like, this
Game
is it.
face.
I'm never going to be this close to ever being able to make this sort of money again in my life. So I was like, I'm going to give it everything. But then, obviously, when I'm sat there, and I actually wanted to be a traitor so bad, but Claudia Winkleman sort of made me nervous. And, like, I don't know why, she's such a powerful
it's that
woman.
Fringe.
Yeah,
She's
so
brilliant,
I was, like, sort of
isn't she?
scared.
She's
so
brilliant.
when we had the interview, I don't even remember what I said. And I was like, oh, I've messed this up. She's never going to choose me because I can't even remember what I had said.
Yeah.
But then, so when I was sat there and the pressure of the blindfolds and, like, them blindfolded, like, I couldn't even cheat. Like, I tried seeing where she was.
Well, I always think that, thinking, like, can I look down and maybe see
it? You know, like, I always say, like, in school.
Like
in school, when you played head down, thumbs up, and you would look under the table to see people's feet. You would cheat. And then I tried doing that, but obviously you couldn't. And then in that moment in time, I was like, how am I going to pull off a lie? So I didn't really want her to tap me. Then as soon as she did, it was like a complete change. It was like,
well, you're in then, aren't you?
Like, I know what I need to do.
Can I ask, the clip that we just saw there, OK, that kind of, in a way, for Molly, it, like, breaks my heart a little bit because she was just devastated. What happens when the cameras stop rolling?
Yeah, I mean, like, I wanted to mention Molly, obviously, as well, because our connection...
Like, just
and also put it out there, like, for all the rumours that there's no romance involved. It's just
you've got a girlfriend.
I've got an amazing girlfriend who I love dearly. So has she. She's got an amazing boyfriend who I've met. He's a legend. So, like, I feel a bit sorry for them because it's like we're just two young people who built a genuine connection. I know more about her boyfriend than I do about Molly.
Yeah.
She knows more about my girlfriend than she does about me because that's how we connect.
You know what we're like, though, on a reality show. We're like, oh, they love each other.
We love it, don't we? We love love.
Really close friends, but then... And exactly, that shows our bond because when it had finished, she was still worried about me and she didn't want me to feel like she hated me. So as soon as it stopped, like, it was stopped.
It was a game.
She didn't let... And she's amazing to know that. Like, she wanted to see me and I was a bit worried going in. I thought she's going to be behind the door. Like she's going to put me out my misery, like, straight in the back of my head, something like that. But no, she just gave me a massive hug and was like, I love and hate you at the same...
Well, you played a blinder.
You did.
You played a blinder.
Like, this is the game. If anyone deserves, like, to be a traitor from the start and carry on lying, and I just think that shows her personality to a T, like, how amazing, because I wouldn't blame her if she still hated me now.
No, do you know what? And I think it's very fair. I was watching you on BBC Breakfast the other morning, on Saturday morning, and it was so lovely to see the three of you, Molly and Jazz, that were in the final. One thing we need to start talking about is how you turned on your fellow traitors. You got pretty much all of them out. Before we talk about it, let's have a little look at your best bits.
If you feel me touch you on the shoulder, it means that you are a traitor.
I'm buzzing, I can't wait. People honestly don't have a clue. I'm here to do what I need to do to win the money. It's the perfect play to murder your best friend. Eyes aren't turning on me, they're always turning on someone else. I love this game. I'm one of the people stirring the pot, and it feels so good.
Somebody's for playing a very clever game, basically.
I've voted for yourself, Miles, so I've got to go with yourself as well, Paul. Dear Ross.
Dead man walking.
Dead man walking.
You can scapegoat.
It's getting too brave, so we put her in her place. I've voted for yourself, Ross. Every time someone calls me a faithful, I get a little tingle inside.
I'd be happy standing at the final with Harry, confident that he's a faithful.
I am being a traitor.
I'm the best traitor in the world.
The best thing after you shouting out was, I hope Molly didn't hear that, knowing that she's knocking about. You were a brilliant traitor. You were absolutely incredible. And there were some other brilliant traitors in there as well.
Course,
Paul, quite notable.
Yeah.
He thought he was the one pulling the strings in that turret. But you, quite early on, were like, all right, Paul, I'll let you think that you are. But you pretty much were in control of the traitors, weren't you?
Yeah, I mean, all of them were amazing as well because, like, I have to big the whole traitors up because at the same time, they could have been so salty.
Yeah.
So each time I voted for one, I was also stressing, they're going to be like, I'm bringing him down with me, but they never done that, and that's like credit to them as people as well. But like the whole Paul thing, I knew Paul was a big character and I clicked with him straight away, like best friends. But I just sort of looked at him like he wasn't being himself, and he'll tell you that, like he was living this lie in a character that he's made up by like reading mad books and stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas me was just myself, open book. So he was like, he had to keep living this lie, and it's sort of, I was just like, all right, I think like I'll just take the back step, like you do you and I'll do me. And like I said, I'm playing my game as just around other people. So
can I ask, since this is all sort of, you know, you've finished that in September, and obviously your family and stuff, I'm assuming they were aware a little bit later.
Yeah.
How does everybody react towards you now? Now everybody knows that you can lie to that degree.
I know.
Like, how do people receive
How's your girlfriend feel?
Yeah, like, what?
So I'd be like, oh, what's going on?
It's one thing when someone surprises you and you go, you've lied to me, you lied to me. I didn't know I was supposed to be there.
Yeah.
That was too well done.
Yeah,
but this is like...
next level.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I was there thinking, oh, my gosh, I'm a bit nervous of myself now. Can I even trust myself? Like, massive red flag, but... like, my other half, she's amazing, and she knew what needed to be done to sort of win it. My family always have a joke, like I was speaking to them on the weekend, and I see a few people, it was having conversations with them like this, and then they're like, yeah.
Are you telling the truth?
But I don't know if I can trust you, though. And I'm like, I don't need to lie anymore. Like, it was just...
Well, talking of
really
trust, one other person I want to talk to you about is Andrew. He was a traitor as well, and love Andrew. I think he's a great guy. He's more of a follower than a leader, I think was what we've seen over the series. But he turned on you in the final.
And the best thing about it was I really trusted him.
Yeah, and I think he really trusted you, but I think it was just that mindset of, I think we've seen you do it to Paul, we've seen you do it to Ash, we've seen you do it before. Is he going to turn on me? And I think he just tried to get in there too quick. Do you think he played that hand quite quickly? Would you have taken him into the final with you and not turned?
Nah.
You wouldn't have?
I know, it sounds so bad and like greedy, but like, it was like, to me, I just thought I've got this opportunity to win it. Like, it's in the bag sort of thing. And I just, like, and the game's called The Traitors. So if I'm going to be a traitor from the start, I might as well finish it as a traitor.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I loved Andrew to pieces, but he had always told me, like, I just want to get to the final. That was it. Like, that just made him happy getting to the final. So I never thought he would turn on me. But fair play
to him.
I can't say I wouldn't have done the same, because if someone was taking me down with him, I'd been like, hang on a minute.
Gone for him.
Yeah, I'm coming for you then. So
well, someone who did go for you was Jazz.
Jazz, yeah.
That finale was... if I had longer nails, I would have bit them all off, because it was just ridiculous. Molly is standing there. Jazz decided not to end the game, because it's entirely up to you when you end the game. It could have been you, Molly and Jazz as the game ended, and that's that. He decided to not end the game because he believed that you were a traitor. He was very clever, Jazz. Jazzifer Christie, everyone calls him now. Molly originally wrote your name to banish you.
Yeah.
And then you managed to persuade her not to because of the friendship that you've got. Have you ever asked Molly this? Because I want to ask her myself. Did it ever cross Molly's mind to think, why has Jazz not ended the game if he's a traitor? He would have won.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't see, like, Molly really didn't trust Jazz anyway, and we had conversations about how we would end the game, and I always said I was happy to end it with her and Jazz, and she was like, are you sure, like, talking about the finals, because she was never happy with Jazz. Like, she always had suspicions. Like, Jazz was an amazing person, but like I say, that's the hardest thing about the game is you have to trust someone.
Yeah. So it's the build-up.
Hopefully you don't trust the wrong person.
Molly.
Oh, my gosh.
But, like, you have to, because if you have a theory and you need support and you need backing, if people don't trust you and are confused a bit by you and are a bit suspect, they won't really believe anything you say either. And then also the other end of the stick, if people are coming for you, you need these people as like a support group around you. So even if that's one or two people, you have to go in there and trust. And obviously, I got really lucky with building that connection with Molly, whereas he didn't. So we had already spoke about that situation, and she didn't really trust him at all. And well, luckily for me, she
there you go. Luckily for you,
Harry, you were Just incredible.
Honestly.
First traitor to ever win the UK version. Yeah. Congratulations.
And your bank account's looking very healthy today.
Looking
What are you going to do with it?
I don't know. Should we just all run off and go get a porn star martini?
I'm more than that. You can take Molly on holiday, though. You've got to take Molly away.
Yeah, I owe Molly 100%.
Deal.
Yeah.
Harry,
some way.
you've been great.
So good to see you.
Well done. Give it up for your traitors winner, everyone. Well done, eh?
Appreciate it.
Doing everything I tell my children not to do. Kids, don't watch this. You shouldn't lie, OK?
Don't do it. Don't do it. The lovely...
Paloma is here now. I'm liking the feel of that music.
Yes.
The hair.
Is it making you feel like a bad woman?
It made me feel like a bad woman. I'm always a bad woman.
No encouragement to be a bad woman.
Tell us a little bit about it, because I love the hair. What was the inspiration? Is that your natural hair?
No, my hair is actually that colour naturally, but I've been dyeing it so long I couldn't remember, so I just thought I'd try it out. But the song is about kind of saying, I'm done with this kind of social pressure on women, teaching us, raising our kids to be good girls and being raised as one, like always behave, be nice, don't speak out. And it's about me saying, I am done with it. If you want to call me a bad woman, then OK, I'm a bad woman.
Go ahead and do so.
But every night before bed, my 2-year-old asks me to sing her that song, and she's gone. She keeps walking up to strangers saying, "I'm a bad woman." She's only that big.
You're like, no, you're not.
Just not
like,
yet.
I want you to be empowered.
One day you will
be a bad
You're not
girl.
even a woman yet.
No. So please keep saying please and thank you.
Yeah, please and thank you, but still be a bad woman.
Exactly, yeah.
But yeah, so I think it's just about kind of saying no to, I reject all these expectations. I do think that feminism's got to this point where it's like, everyone keeps telling me, we had feminism, it's brilliant, now we've got equality. It definitely doesn't feel like equality. I think we're doing too much. I think we've got halfway through, we're working, we're holding the home, we're being the, first person on the parent WhatsApp group, we're ordering the school uniform, we're doing the food shop, we're all these things, and there's this unseen mental labour that women with and without children are kind of expected, always be maternal. Everyone's like, I spoke to you about my feelings and you weren't there for me. And it's like, yeah, OK, but I'm really busy.
Do you think that's,
really
irrespective of sex, do you think that's just the social, that's the kind of the pressures of living in the modern age to a point?
I think it's mainly on women. I don't think that men... I think it's acceptable behaviour from men and not from women. I think it's an imbalance and unfairness. To be like, no, I don't... I've got too much on to really care about your feelings. She's awful. She's not maternal at all. But, if a man goes, I'm really busy at work, sorry, we're like, oh, bless him, he's stressed.
So true.
It's just not fair. So
I think those are
about...
the norms that are put on society. So it's not like... this is what we talk about all the time. Men aren't encouraged to talk about their feelings, so therefore that is the reaction a man will
But
get.
I think that the patriarchy is perpetuated by all genders. I think that we're too hard on each other at times. Oh, God, she was really cold-hearted. You know, she left her husband and kids. Or it's all like, what about the pressure she was under? It's not necessarily just coming from men. I think a lot of men want to try. Yeah. But, I've never heard of a career man. I've only ever heard of a career woman.
For sure.
And apparently career men actually exist.
When you take these themes and these thoughts, how do you translate? Is this translated into the whole album, or?
Yeah, so the album's out February 16th. It's called The Glorification
We're all over that,
of Sadness.
don't you worry.
Yeah, hopefully everyone's going to pre-order it.
The glorification of sadness.
Yeah.
Wow, that's deep, isn't it?
Well, I like to think of myself as a bit
You
deep,
are
Alison.
quite deep. I think you are.
And it's all about the breakup that I had with my children's dad, which is a kind of... It's a bit different to, songs that I sung when I was younger about just cut and run. You know what it's like. It feels very heavy that I broke up with my children's dad. I feel a real sense of responsibility. I feel like this stages of grief are just so kind of present, and even now, 2 years on, I still feel this kind of like overarching sense of guilt that I failed my children or I failed society or what's expected. And so the album sort of chronologically goes through the stages of grief, whether it's a relationship breakup or a death or whatever, but it goes through all your feelings. There's moments where I'm like knee-jerk and like a sort of like petulant child, and it's sort of childlike, and then there's moments where it's more introspective and sad.
So interesting.
And
it
it sort of just depicts it all. And I'm really excited for people to... Obviously, we started with How You Leave a Man, then now it's Bad Woman, and it goes on. It sort of, yeah, it documents the whole thing. But it is definitely my biggest failure that I've ever... And it's probably my only regret, I would say. I've never really been someone who regretted anything.
When you were putting pen to paper, did you have a word with yourself about, well, how much do I want to... Because if you're going to do this, I suppose you've got to be all in, haven't you? If you're going to write an album, literally, it's so sort of raw and you processing. Did you hold back at all, or you thought, like, how much of myself am I going to share on this?
I can't really hold back as a person. I'm not very good at it.
Firstly, Paloma, it's not a failure. This is life. People split up. You know, just the fact that these children, you know, it's the children's dad that you split up with doesn't make you a failure. You might even find that it's your biggest success. You're a single mum. You're a pop star. You're absolutely smashing it, and you look like you're from France. I mean, what can I say? Do you know what I mean, babe? You're smashing life. Don't ever say that's a failure. That's your life. That's your journey. That's your story, and that's how it's going.
Well, thank you. You're amazing.
You're
like the beacon of it all.
Some good therapy. No, I mean it. That's really good advice.
I felt that failure when I split up with my son's dad, but, you know, his dad now moved on. He's married. He's got 3 other children. They're part of our family as well.
Yeah.
You know, you don't know
we do have a really good
how it's going to work out, his story. It's part of your story, and, you know, we have ups and downs,
I'd say
don't we?
it's changed shape, the relationship, but it's definitely probably going to be the longest relationship I've ever had, because it has to be. And we're really good friends, so that's...
Tell us about this tour, because this is... Are you taking the kids with you? What's going to happen?
Of course.
Oh, this is going to be so
I can't leave
exciting.
my kids behind.
So they're coming along.
Yeah, they always do. Although the older one will be in school, but I've scheduled it so it does go over the Easter holidays. So then we can do a bit of tour on the Easter holidays. That's on purpose. But yeah, it's in April. I'm really excited. It's why I do this job. I love playing live.
And you can see your audience as well.
14 sold-out dates already. I'm so excited, and there's still some left.
Yeah.
So hopefully...
Well, we might come, might we?
Hopefully you guys will come.
Alone's happened. The
Not in the Easter holiday ones.
On February the 16th. Tickets for the UK tour are on sale now. Paloma, thank you.
We love you, Paloma. Thank you
Brilliant.
so much.
And the star of the show, of Trigger Point, Vicky McClure's here now. Hi, Vicky.
Hey.
Hey, lovely duck, how are you?
Have you seen
Sorry,
it
we need
before?
to dominate.
We actually haven't, so it's so
It's
nice.
a proper Hello Me Duck moment.
Yeah.
It is. It's nice, both from the East Midlands. And I was saying, back from where I'm from, Vicky's like, you know, our celeb.
Yeah.
Because you don't get many in Nottingham. Well,
Well, the thing about Vicky, though, is you fly the flag for Nottingham, don't you? You adore the place.
I do, yeah, I do. I'm very proud of where I'm from. My
Yeah.
mum's here with me today.
Aw.
Yeah.
Hi, Mum.
So, Trigger Point back on Sunday. So if anyone's missed Series 1, just fill us in.
Yeah. So we're following a group of expos, basically, that work within the Met, and it's the different threats throughout London that, you know, they're on the cases of. But there's so many characters within it and relationships that are torn apart, let's say, and Series 1 was, we lost so many characters. So coming back to Series 2, it is the repercussions of that, and then also the different devices and the different threats that come with Trigger Point, you know,
Yeah.
device after device.
Well, this is the thing, because when you first hear Trigger Point, you think it's going to be all about guns, and then you realise it's actually all about bombs, and it's all that, you know, the nail-biting, cutting the wires moments, isn't it?
Yeah, it is that kind of sit on the edge of your seat kind of drama, you know.
Yeah.
And we have really, we've got all the experts with us all the time, giving us as much advice as they can, but there's that artistic licence that we have to put in place. And we, you know, we want to make it entertaining.
Do you remember when Spooks first came out? And it was the first show I remember that they just started killing off, like, members of the cast. And you couldn't look away. And it's got the same vibe to that, in that, like, because most were dramas, you know, you just think, well, yeah, but I'll see the character again. Whereas what about drinking point, you're probably not.
No, but it's people you don't expect to go suddenly go, don't they?
I know. Well, Adrian Lester, episode 1 . You know,
that was
you
a
were
shocker.
just like, oh, God. I love Adrian
Sat
Lester.
down going, oh, I'm really looking forward. I love Adrian
that's
Lester.
what I thought. I'm really looking forward to... I was really looking forward to working with him. For a hot minute. I was like, OK.
Was it quite cool, though, to get back with some of the same cast and get, you know, your bomb suit back on?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, you know, it was a lot of the same crew, a lot of the same cast, and then obviously lots of new people as well, so it always keeps things nice and fresh. And we have a laugh. I think when you're making drama, it's quite tense and serious, so there's always music playing and, you know, TikToks being made and just people having a bit of fun.
Because that kind of atmosphere is so important, and it's probably like from the top down. And this series, you're an executive producer, so you've genuinely got that responsibility, haven't you, to make sure everyone's happy.
Yeah, and you know what? Most exec producers aren't going to be on set naturally every day, and because I was, it means I can see what's, you know, going on, and it's great to be able to have a hand in on the script and the casting and things, but actually just knowing that day to day, you know, treat everyone to a coffee or to a Greg's.
An army marches on its stomach, and that's what we had.
What's this obsession with the sausage roll?
Oh, do you know what? I've just... It's not an obsession, it's just we all like a Greg's sausage roll. I mean, it's like, I'm no different to anyone else. It's just I happen to have a contact.
You've worked out the crew and the cast love one as well. So you've got the van. Oh, my God, it's like an ice cream van.
This is their effort, though. You know, I've got a very good contact there. And last year we shot it in summer, so we designed an ice cream van with sausage rolls on instead of ice creams. It was a great day at work. I mean, look how happy he is.
There's good contacts and there's good contacts. Like, that is great contacts. That's you rocking up with an ice cream van. Amazing.
I know.
It's just happy, isn't it?
It is. I think we'd all like, can you work on this show, please?
I can certainly give it a go. Yeah,
Lovely,
why
wouldn't
not?
it?
I'm sure they'd love it.
So your character, Lana, what's she up to now? Like, what's been happening since we last tuned in?
So she's kind of escaped, really, for 6 months. She's gone to Estonia to help train Ukrainian bomb disposal experts.
Yeah.
And she's not dealt with everything, you know, all the loss and the trauma that she went through in Series 1. She's run away and not really dealt with it. And when she comes back, she's kind of thrown in at the deep end. And we very quickly go straight into the case. You see this massive fireball over the city of London, and she's straight back to work.
The light get back.
You know, is her focus there? Is she, you know, firing on all cylinders? No.
And I suppose you have to deal with those things, don't you? Because it's not just an action drama. You've got to deal with, like, the realities of PTSD, otherwise you're not doing it justice, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly. And that's always... I mean, I tend to do a lot of things that are quite, you know, dark drama, and it's just something that I enjoy trying to tap into, and I get loads of help and support and advice from the real expos that are really, you know, giving with their times that they've been through. And there's only so much you can do. You know, this is a drama, but I give it my best shot. And there were some scenes that we did that we improvised, and I was really glad we were able to do that, because it just makes it that bit more natural sometimes. You know, it lends itself better. And just working with a great cast. You know, they're brilliant. They're such a... Everybody's got energy. We all want to make it... Yeah, exactly. We just want to make it a great show.
Well, it is, and it got such a lovely reception for season 1, so we're all very excited for the new season. I know you've not stopped, like, since. You've been everywhere, you've been doing all your charity work, and then did you visit the King? You were at the palace, weren't you?
I did, yeah. And,
With your mum?
With my mum, my dad and Johnny, yeah. We went to Windsor and I got an MBE, and, it was funny, actually, 'cause as you're walking around the palace, sort of going different sections, my mum said to somebody, oh, can I ask who it is? Because you don't know who it is until the day. And they said, it's the King, madam. She went, yes, yes. So,
you got the top dog.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very surreal experience, you know, obviously just, you know, where when you come from Nottingham and you just, you know, I didn't
You sort of like, how am I here?
Yeah, because it wasn't you know, it's not in the plan. There's no plan. There's everything. I just feel really grateful. You know, even seeing my face on all these posters across the city, it's not, you know, I don't take it in my stride. I'm still like, oh, my God.
Oh, I love it.
But you know what? You got that through working with, you know, your work in dementia, and, you know, especially our dementia choir, and you've gone on to do great things there. And congratulations on it all.
Thank you.
Brilliant. And come back for Soccer Aid, because she's genuinely one of the best managers.
Oh, you're kidding?
Oh, thanks, Dermot.
She's booked. Please tell me. Thank you,
What can't
Vicky.
this woman do?
Trigger
eh?
Point Season 2 premiere this Sunday at 9 p.m. on ITV1. Loose. Consider this your final spoiler warning. We are about to bring you bang up to date with last night's episode of The Traitors, and it all ended with a beautifully timed bombshell from the latest contestant to leave the castle. Take a look.
Honestly, boys, I feel like we can win this. Ross, I think it's you. I've got to start thinking and doing traitorous things. I chatted to Andrew. He thinks you're being elusive, man.
We're super suspicious of Ross.
All eyes are on Ross. If they get rid of Ross, and it's another foot in the door for me and Andrew.
You're desperate and are scrabbling to save yourself.
You said to me that Andrew told you today that I was moving hella elusive and that.
No, would never use the word elusive. Look at this, man, because you have barefaced lied to me.
I voted for yourself, Ross.
I voted for you, Ross, tonight.
Ross, you have received the most votes.
I was actually the son of someone, and that person was Diane. Guys, I am a traitor.
So good, I love that moment.
And you know what?
Yeah.
Diane isn't here now.
Oh.
But Ross is.
Hey, Ross!
How are you doing? You okay?
Yeah, so cool.
How are you doing?
I'm all right, you know. I'm all right. It's funny because you watch it back, so I watched it back last night, and you can't help but get transported back to the moment. And so, you know, I was going through an emotional roller coaster, getting angry at the round table, you know, having fun with it at the end. So,
I mean, to get people up to speed who haven't seen it or maybe aren't really sure what The Traitors is all about, for most of the show, you've been playing a faithful, trying to spot who in the group is a traitor.
Yeah.
Then you got recruited, and that's where actually it all just went a little bit wrong. But is that because you were still in faithful mode?
Yeah, a little bit. Like, I'm, you know, 100% faithful through and through. There just wasn't enough time to implement a game plan, right?
Yeah.
You know, I had all these thoughts in my head of what I was going to do. Sit down at breakfast, Zach is straight in there, couldn't have a sip of coffee before. You know, I need a bit of sustenance just to get the brain ticking, and when you've got someone just gunning for you straight away. So, you know, it was just hard. It's hard to be in that situation and get your game plan across in such a short space of time.
The show is so interesting for me because having worked on Big Brother for so long, where basically, you know, it was a game show, but largely you won from being the most amiable and, like, the nicest person to live with.
And trustworthy almost.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So when people kind of betrayed trust in the house, it was quite a big thing. It's the whole point of the show. So there's kind of, you know, you're not in there to make friends as such, but it's kind of fair game, isn't it, really?
It's fair game. You're not in it to make friends, but you do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're
so
in
long.
such an intense environment.
That must be the hardest thing.
Yeah, and, like, you know, this is obviously a small version of it, but when you're sat around with 22 people around this huge table, you can't not look at them. It's so intense. So, you know, you're only out there for a set amount of days, but you make those real connections with people straight away.
And also it's so concentrated.
It's so concentrated, and it's like a microcosm of, like, what life is, but at the same time, it's not reality because, you know, in real life, you don't go around backstabbing your friends and stuff. Do you know what I mean?
And accusing them of stuff all the time.
People and you know, winking at cameras. And it's like it's a bit different than real life. So it was, you know, like you saw with me and Paul. Like I adored Paul, and we got on really well. And when I found out he obviously was a traitor, you know, every part, like, I didn't feel annoyed or anything. I just thought, fair play to the man. Yeah, well played. Like, I didn't realise, I hadn't watched the season before. Silly of me. I didn't really have.
Is it silly? Do you think, like, in many ways it was kind of nice to go in the blank sheet?
Yeah, 100%. I think because me and Mum went in, it allowed us to have a bit more fun with it. If we then had some kind of crazy game plan as well, which we genuinely didn't, it would have been too much pressure then to actually just go in and try and have a bit of fun.
Gosh, you can't be so casual. When me and Mum went in,
We have to
when
speak
your
about-
mum was in, this has just been the bombshell of the whole series. So your mum, Diane, I mean, she was on the show last week. It was like having Beyonce in. Everyone was just so obsessed with her.
It was, I tell you what, this building, right, so, you know, you've got some big shows that, like, big guests, big Hollywood A-listers come in. This place, there was just a frisson when your mum came in. You could honestly go, is she in? Have you seen her? Like, it's unbelievable. Richard Arnold was there, Graham Norton's people were outside. I mean, everyone wanted a piece of the big D.
Oh, and
you
she
know
played
what?
it so
that
well.
doesn't sound right, but okay.
Oh, gloss over that.
When she came back and she told me, and we were all going, you know, me and the siblings were going, you know, was it overwhelming? She was like, no, not at all. She's born for it. She's born for it.
She was, and what was amazing, because when you first find it, because we as the viewers find out quite early on that you're mother and son before they only found out when you left last night.
Yeah.
But we kept thinking, he's going to say mum by accident, he's going to call her mum. Did you ever do it?
I never did it. I never did it. It
So
wasn't. It was
impressive.
actually
I'd never be able
weirdly.
to do that.
It wasn't hard. I thought that was going to be the thing. I thought, especially in challenges where maybe you're kind of lured into a false sense of security. There's other stuff going on that maybe I'll just the slip of the tongue. I'll say mum, but it was surprisingly easy to call her Diane.
Really?
Does that say something? Like I don't really know, but do you know what I mean? It was.
Says you were a born traitor.
Yeah.
Before we have a look at how when you get recruited to be a traitor, how easy was it to turn?
Yeah, it was easy. Yeah, it was easy. I don't know. I think in some ways I probably should have been a traitor. If you look at my application, I guess you'll see that I wanted to be a traitor, and you can see it. And it was only until my girlfriend was like, "But then you got to put on that cloak," and I was like, "Oh yeah, I've got to put on the cloak." I was like, "Oh no, faithful."
This is the thing, there's a lot of pressure to be a traitor, isn't there? Like, you've got to lie the entire time.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, should we have a cloak for you so you can get into the role? Yeah,
Because I think I'd be born faithful, but the cloak's the one thing that would attract me to it.
Well, I feel like you have more fun being a traitor, don't you?
You have more fun. You definitely. I mean, I didn't have more fun because I was in it for 12 hours and got.
Well, they turned on you pretty quick.
They turned on me really quick. Yeah.
Well, let's take a look at incredible moments of you and your mother.
And what made you apply for that?
Funnily enough, my mum put me up for it.
Paul just could be my son. But Ross says...
I think you're saying some silly stuff.
If we would get a chance to speak, you need to stop on Zach.
You're still a question mark.
No.
I am your mother. You listen to me.
What about Diane?
She's just getting too brave and stuff. You put her in her place.
If I've got an opportunity...
But here we are.
You can't help it when you put the cape on.
It feels powerful, right?
Really get into it, Ross.
Are you impressed with how long you actually did stay in the competition, especially with the added pressure of pretending not to be mother and son, and you're both faithfuls, then you go to be a traitor?
Yeah, no, 100%. I really didn't want to go out first. And nobody does.
No.
But after that, again, because I hadn't quite caught up with the first season, didn't really necessarily know what it was about. I was like, oh, I'll be rubbish at this, and I didn't think I was going to get past kind of 3, 4. So anything after that was a bonus, and to get to episode 10, whatever number contestant that was amazing. Yeah.
You start seeing the finishing line.
Yeah, you start seeing that cash money.
Well, there was
you really do, yeah.
I saw, there's little times when your mum tried to just give you a little bit of advice, don't keep going for him or stay away from her. Have you two debriefed since?
Yeah, we debriefed. So she obviously went, and then when I left, I just took a beeline to her house, basically, so we could have a little debrief, and we stayed up till kind of 4 or 5 in the morning just chatting about it, which is so lovely because, the other contestants don't get that, right?
No.
They go back to their families, they'll ask how it was, but, if you're not in the situation, it's not a real debrief,
Yeah.
So we got to kind of analyse it, and we're very competitive people, so at the start it was quite nice, and then it was like, what could we have done better to win the game?
That's the thing, I think most people watch it and you put yourself in the position, don't you, and go, OK, could I spot a traitor? So what would be your tips, as it were? Like, do you think you were good at spotting traitors?
Dermot, I've got no tips, mate. I think we all know that I'm one of the worst traitor spotters the game's ever seen. So I wouldn't take tips off me, to be honest with you. But no,
you must see the nuances and work out if that person's playing. It must be so hard. You're probably overthinking that all the time.
Yeah, because if someone's quiet, they're a traitor. If someone's loud, they're a traitor. If someone is feeling not great that day because of just being a human, traitor.
It's really interesting. We had Dr. Dave Wilson, our criminologist. We were just talking about it yesterday, and he was saying it's the grey man you want to look out for. It's not the loud or the quiet ones. It's the ones
in the middle. Yeah.
Too loud and you stand out. Too quiet, what are they hiding?
Exactly.
It's a very intricate balance to play, isn't it?
It is.
I mean, your mum did play it so well, and then she got so good that she was a threat, and then you had this awful moment of watching your poor mum be buried alive. I mean,
this could have changed the game a little bit on there. You're up again, you're like, wow, OK.
This was
personal. I
personal.
love the fact they did this. It was so good. Your mum was such a great sport for doing it as well.
Was it weird to watch, though?
Yeah, well, yeah, of course it was. Nobody wants to see their kind of 60-plus-year-old mother put in a coffin before her time,
No.
But
The way Claudia just slams the lid, in you get.
Claudia took no prisoners at all. Yeah, it was weird, but also you do very much see that there's lights and it's a game. And
yeah.
My kind of feeling was, OK, if I'm too emotional, the other contestants are going to think that's weird because, like, me and Diane aren't very close, you know, we're trying to keep a distance. You know.
Why is he so gab about Diane?
Still calling her Diane, not Mum.
Yeah, I've been calling her Diane since.
Claudia, you're so right with Claudia, though. I don't think there's anyone else could have done it because it's that combination of charm and ruthlessness.
Yes, you're so right.
She's brilliant.
Warm and evil at the same time.
She's brilliant.
Who's going to win?
Oh, yeah, come on. Who's your money on?
I mean, look, I was only a traitor for 24 hours, so it's Team Faithful all the way for me.
Nice. I think maybe Harry might bottle it towards the end, give himself away a bit.
We'll see. We will see.
We will see.
Thanks,
It's very exciting. Thank you so much for that.
Okay.
Oh, we've been hooked. Now, yes, amazing. And the stars of Lift, Kevin Hart and Gugu and Barter all join us now. Oh my God, guys! I know that you've been on this crazy press run. You've been so excited to get this movie out for everyone to see. We know that you had a big one last night, and so we thought we'd prep you with the only way we know how here in Britain. Cue Phil Vickery.
Thank you, Phil.
Oh wow!
Are you?
Oh, this Bloody Mary. Yes, oh my God!
Thank you. Oh my God!
Yes, I'm gonna drink it.
Do it.
I'll leave yours there.
Thank you, my love.
Cheers.
And cheers.
And wait for that.
Still coming.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, just in case.
Just in case. Okay, thank you. Don't listen to them. Yes, thank you. Enjoy. Now this is called a welcome package. Thank you so much.
How was? I don't want to go into any details, but was the night fun last night?
It wasn't a crazy night. I just drank some stupid stuff. I drank like an old bottle of tequila.
Oh, that's
vintage tequila.
That'd do it. Yeah. That's not a crazy night.
But I want to make not like at a party atmosphere. I'm not at a nightclub.
Just at your own, smashing it.
Just at a dinner, and we just decided to drink it. And it was smooth there, but I'm paying for it today.
Yeah.
But it's okay. Listen. Look at how I pop up for you guys.
There we go.
I'm here. I'm ready.
Congratulations on Lift. Streaming now on Netflix. Tell us about it. Because, Kevin, I mean, I'm just doing my research here. So you produced it, and then...
Yes.
Incredibly, you landed the lead role after producing it. And then you cast Gugu. I mean, it's worked out pretty well for you.
I got very lucky in casting myself. No, you know, our company, Heartbeat, is... definitely growing, and I think the beauty of growth, of course, is the trust that your partners start to have in you. And Netflix, unless, you know, they're trusting us to say, hey, can you guys manage a budget of this scale? You know, you're talking about a $100+ million movie. And Simon Kinberg, who, of course, has operated in this space for quite some time, he acted as a partner, and we put the pieces to the puzzle together and put together what I would like to say is an amazing global IP. So I can't wait for people to enjoy it. It's action, it's adventure, fun, to Google's point. There's
it's
a love
really
story.
fun.
There's so much that the movie offers.
Do you remember, like, the British show The Hustle?
Yes.
How good that was.
Yeah.
It's like a mixture of that sort of meets Ocean's 11. Right. Meets Mission Impossible. Tom Cruise is coming for you, I'm sure.
Yes.
But Gugu, talk me through, because it is action-packed, and you were doing loads of this action yourself as well.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, that heist genre is so much fun. And I think for me, having come from some more serious dramas lately, you know, a couple of psychological thrillers like The Girl Before and Surface, and obviously Loki, like where my character's very intense, you know, this, I get some serious action, as you can see. So many stunts, you know, which was really, really fun. And I think, you know, all the fight choreography, not just learning these fight moves, but also the plane set was moving, we had turbulence, we had the plane rotating. So it was really, really full on. We even had, you know, these incredible action sequences down the Grand Canal in Venice. The movie opens with this boat chase. So it was very iconic.
I mean, you see where that 100 million goes, right?
Yeah. Spend the money.
Don't get much change.
You can spend it quick.
Gugu, that must have been lovely for you to do something. I mean, that is not your comfort zone.
No. And I think, you know, as you grow in your career, and I think, you know, for me, and I know, Kevin, you're all about stretching yourself as well, but for me, it's about, you know, using different skills, working with different artists, trying different genres, trying to, you know, expand, you know, your skill set. And I think on this movie, as I say, it's light-hearted. There are a few laughs in there, but, you know, I'm still the straight woman. You know, I don't have to kind of carry the humour, but it's nice because I think when you work with people with different skill sets, you grow as well. And this ensemble is really impressive.
Oh, yeah, it's amazing cast, isn't it?
Kevin, did you always want to do a heist movie, was it?
Yeah. I mean, you know, the thought of actually getting to the space and place to play in action at this level. It's always been a want, but it's just something that you have to be patient about, right?
Yeah.
You can't just throw yourself into it and expect your audience to understand or to gravitate towards it. And I think my trajectory towards this point has kind of been mapped out. You know, when you look at The Upside, when you look at Fatherhood, when you look at True Story, these are more serious roles where I kind of stepped away from the comedy a little bit. So now getting to the point where Lift, not that it's a serious movie, but my character is more of a straightforward leading man. I'm not responsible for the jokes at all. That's now given to the other cast members of. And, you know, that's the direction that I'm now in and, like, leaning more towards at this point in my career, just trying to find success there.
Is it hard to get that first role? Like, when everyone knows you for comedy and when you're really, you know, when you want to say, well, you know what, I can do more. You know what? Surely it's about getting that first role when a director or a producer goes, yeah, OK, I trust you for this.
I explained this to Gugu just in conversation. You know, the drama or the more serious stuff is easier. Comedy's harder because you feed off of the laugh, right? And, you know, like now we're on a set, there's a conversation, but there's no immediate laughter. So you're trusting...
I get that a lot around here.
You're trusting that on camera, what you're doing is going to hopefully provide laughter for the audience watching. It's much easier to be serious because silence is golden. And it's more about somebody saying, well, try it this way, try it that way.
Oh, you work so well together. And it's great. You know, you're both from humble beginnings. Gugu, you were laughing as you came in because you clocked that boat behind us.
Yes.
Tell us the story.
Yeah, when I was at drama school, my Saturday job was as a tour guide on the London Eye and on the river cruise that they have. And I just saw it go by. And it's funny also because on our first day...
here it comes,
here it goes again. On our first day on set, we were actually filming in London on the South Bank, right here. And, you know, I was there, you know, it's the first day on set next to Kevin, you know, a bit nervous on the first day of any job. And I saw my boat go by and I was like, oh, it was just a lovely omen.
Great moment for you.
Really, a circle of life moment.
Yeah, and Hollywood star from, like, the person with the mic going,
there he goes.
On your left.
Is that yours?
There she is. That's so cool.
Right now, what would you be saying if you were on?
Oh, my gosh. You know, what I always used to say, because I always knew what was on at the National Theatres, and as an aspiring actor at the time, I always had way too much detail about the productions. I'd be like, in the Olivier, you can see this. You know, in the Littleton, you can see this. I knew exactly what was going on. I was like, there's the Globe, Shakespeare's Globe. This season, this is what's on at the Globe. You know,
see the tourist going, where's Tower Bridge?
I know, exactly.
Kevin, did she do this to you? Is it...
She gave me like a brief tutorial as to what she did, but it was a full circle moment for me. I mean, and that was our first day of working. So, you know, you're looking for, not icebreakers, because we had rehearsal time, we had been around each other, but it was like a nice, like, comfort within the day of, oh my God, Kevin, here's a great story. So I used to work on that boat, and it was pretty dope. I mean, anybody that can have, you know, that level of ground and make it, of course, to where they are, it's always good to hear.
And Kevin, producer Kevin, you've got a great cast on this as well. I mean, it's just like, it's all killer, no filler, isn't it? Jean Reno.
Yes.
I mean, Bert Gorman's so great as well, isn't he? I mean, you know, Ursula Cabrera from Casa Papao, you know, it's just everywhere you look.
Money Heist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Vincent. I mean, look, we have a stacked cast, you know. The goal was, once again, to put together what we would like to say a global landscape, you know, of opportunity. And to do that, you want the talent. You want the talent that checks those boxes.
Yeah.
And I feel like we definitely have that. And everybody delivered. Everybody, you know, expanded those roles to so much more than what we expected them to be.
And you on a WhatsApp group now with kind of Hollywood hard guys?
You talking about my action?
100%?
Yeah, my action group.
Who's in charge of admin?
Well, I put it together.
So who's in there? Who's in there?
Action stars. It's just me, Tom Cruise. You know, we have Sylvester Stallone, Harrison Ford, Jet Li, Jackie Chan, just all the guys.
But you've not
that
invited Dwayne Johnson, no?
He's not in it.
He's not in it,
He's not in it. He's in another chat, but we muted him, so he doesn't know, like, what we talk about.
It's like, the guys aren't getting back to me lately, apparently.
I've started this action chat thing like it's a joke, but it's expanding, and I love that they're going to see it one day, and they're going to go, like, what is Kevin talking about?
Where is it?
No, what
am I doing
now? Just saying random names. Vin Diesel. All we do is just talk about action.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having
Really
us.
appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed your hash. I mean, you barely touched your hash browns.
Well, I did have a sip of the Bloody Mary, and I almost ran off set, but I kept it together. together.
In that case,
well done.
Then don't imbibe anymore. If you fancy joining a Heist in the Sky, you can stream Lift on Netflix now. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
And Stars and Masters of the Air and Spin to Win, Austin Butler and Callum Turner. Not in that order. Join us now, guys. So good to have you with us. It really is. Thank you for having us. So, I mean, we saw it there. It's obviously about the American Air Force and the Second World War coming over here and then, you know, storming Fortress Europe. But tell us, from your description, what Masters of the Air is about.
I mean, it really is about the 100th Bomb Group who flew over Germany, Nazi Germany at that time, and yeah, we played two of the pilots that a lot of the young guys looked up to. And, yeah, how do you describe it?
Yeah, just like that. Yeah.
Just like that.
Just like that.
But this is the thing. We love Band of Brothers.
Yeah.
And so this is Band of Brothers, the Pacific. This is the next in that.
Yeah.
It's about the people that saved the world, you know. These guys really changed the direction of the war, and without them, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing now. So to honour them and play them and tell their story is a beautiful thing. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, to do it on such an epic level as well, Steven Spielberg, you can just tell because it has that movie feel to a series. And I heard that you guys did, like, a proper boot camp to get in the zone for this, didn't you?
Yeah, we did.
Like, in the wind, the rain, the cold.
Yeah,
the sunshine.
What, were you doing, like, press-ups, like drills and stuff?
Yeah, we did the sit-ups and push-ups and runs and all that.
Would it be like you sort of live with each other in the same kind of compound kind of thing, or how did that work?
Yeah, because of COVID, we weren't at that time, but we would spend all day there.
Because I grew up watching, like, you know, Platoon was a big show when I was when I was a kid, and then I was in I got into Band of Brothers, and a few of my mates that were actors at the time auditioned for Band of Brothers. Right. And the name that keeps coming back is Dale Dye, who's this guy who was in Platoon. He was a real-life soldier, and then he went on to be a military advisor, and you mentioned him in my notes. I mean, he's a force of nature, isn't he?
I was quite starstruck by him,
I bet.
Yeah, because Captain Dale Dye, he'd led the boot camps for Saving Private Ryan, Platoon, Band of Brothers.
He's the guy that Tropic Thunder is based off of.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
No.
So that kind of gives you an idea of what we did for our training.
Yeah. And he is, and the thing is, he's not a bad actor either, because he has like bit parts in all these movies and things have been in is really good. You mentioned it, Callum. There's a kind of duty to, there's a responsibility, I think, as actors to get these stories right, because obviously, you know, you played many parts and you know, you're relatively young careers, but there's something about playing like soldiers and airmen like this that you don't want to get wrong, correct?
Yeah, I mean, look, these guys, what they did was for us, and there is always a level of responsibility, and when you're taking on a real person, you know, you've got to honour their legacy.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm so grateful to them for what they did.
You've got a family connection to the service.
My granddad was in the war, yeah. He was 16 years old. He came home, and he was one of 13, and he gave my great-grandmother a piece of paper to sign and said, it's for a school trip. But it wasn't.
No!
It was to join the army.
Wow.
And he went up at 16, yeah.
Wow. He must have been in so much trouble with her.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It's just so amazing to, like you say, you're both portraying real life people, Buck and Bucky, becoming like best mates, and there's loads of scenes, obviously, of you two together going through a lot early on. What was it like when you're actually in the cockpit of those planes? There's so much happening, and obviously, were you almost surrounded by screens, or was it green screen?
Yeah. In the past, you may do this with just green screen, but we had this technology where there are these high-definition screens in a horseshoe shape.
Wow.
And we're in a gimbal that's 50 feet in the air.
So you're suspended.
So you're suspended, and you're able to see fighter pilots flying by you and flak in the air. And
really?
Yeah, it's kind of incredible.
So,
but that was matched with the old school way of doing things. So they built the barracks, they built the officers' mess. I think they built like 81 buildings. The place was so big they had to give us a map. And they said, this is where that is, that's where this is. And then we had the runway too, which was just gigantic. The scale is like, Steven Spielberg says this is the biggest production he's ever worked on.
So would they literally pump the sound and everything? So when you're ducking, would it give you real reaction?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're on the gimbal, so it's in sync with what you see. So if the plane is hit by flak, you're hit by flak.
Wow.
Seriously?
Truly, yeah.
So did you get the opportunity to go up in an old aircraft as well? Like, did they do that for you? Not to film, but just to experience it?
No.
That's a shame. But it sounds like you...
Well, we were up there for like 7 hours at times, and we would joke that we had jet lag.
Yeah, because it's challenging getting in and out of the gimbal, so they leave you up there all day, basically.
Because, like, with Band of Brothers, those guys just about had that connection with that generation that they were still alive, so they could meet them and they could still tap into it.
Yeah.
Did you guys get a chance, because these guys were in the past now, did you guys get a chance to meet the families, or how much did you want to receive?
Well, we did at the premiere. I don't like to do that, to be honest, because then you get an idea of someone else's idea of the person you're playing. But we met them at the premiere in LA. It was emotional.
It was very
playing someone's father or someone's uncle.
Yeah.
But that Band of Brothers generation, like those guys that are now in their 40s and got those parts when they're in their 20s.
But also think about the people that come through there. Michael Fassbender, Andrew Scott.
Yeah, Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
You know, some incredible actors that, you know, graduated through that show.
What amazes me about the generation you're playing is that they were young men, and yet they were seen as kind of the established, like, you know, the officer class that the younger guys coming through were looking up to. The weight of responsibility on their shoulders. Did that come across for you guys when you were reading the parts?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, to be in your mid-20s and to be leading a squadron, and some of those guys were 16, you know, they were so young.
Yeah.
And the bravery, I mean, it was the most treacherous conditions that you could possibly imagine.
Yeah, I mean, the bloody hundredths were, I mean, extraordinary, weren't they? Because they were based in Norfolk, around that way, wasn't it? And then
they had a 77%. You'd either be shot down or end up in a POW. 23% of survival rate, you know, every time you went up.
Yeah.
So the bravery, what these guys had and what they were able to do against the adversity that they were facing was truly astonishing.
Yeah. You can see it, and you can see that obviously it was so important to get that camaraderie between you all. Even just as actors, you obviously spent a lot of time together, became good mates. I saw that you did have a bit of fun on set as well with this cockpit challenge.
Oh, yeah,
Who was the better one of the two?
I'll let Callum talk about it.
I'm glad you brought that up, Sean.
OK, come on.
On your first day as well.
Sorry.
Yeah, Austin was better than me at that.
What exactly was? So is it you getting...
It was a training exercise, so you start on your stomach on the ground and you have to get into your seat in the cockpit as quickly as possible.
But you have to lift yourself up backwards, is it?
You have to get in through the hatch, and you have all the gear on. It wasn't an easy... He did it in 5.5 seconds, and I did it 8.8. But we don't like to talk about that, anyway.
To be fair, mitigating circumstances, Callum, you are quite a unit, though. So
I'm much bigger than him.
You would be...
Thank you.
Yeah, because I don't imagine the pilots would have been...
He did it, and there was no sound in the plane. I did it, it was like... It was like... my way through.
And how much time were you able to spend with Tom Hanks and Spielberg on this? Because obviously, like you said, this is like the culmination. It's like the end of their trilogy, I suppose. You know, having done Band of Brothers and Ryan and The Pacific, and now this.
Yeah, this has been such a huge part of their life, and I mean, it was so special. The days, you know, at boot camp where Tom came and gave a rousing speech for all the guys there, and yeah, it's the best team in the business.
Did you know you were doing this when you worked with him on Elvis?
I knew right towards the end, because at that time I didn't know what was going to happen with Elvis, so I was looking for my next job. Tom said, I've got this World War II thing that we're working on, and that's kind of how it came.
You're like, great, where do I sign?
Yeah.
But he almost tell you on the set of Elvis, like, gives you the tap, like, you're in.
Yeah, basically.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I mean, it's great as well, because even the... Because obviously you have to get into the accent. You had to do it for Elvis, like, it became took over your life, didn't it?
Yeah.
And now it's a sort of similar southern drawl that you can use again. And Cal, you've had to totally get into the accent, right?
Yeah, I did an accent, yeah.
Yeah, but it's hard.
No, you know what? We had two beautiful dialect coaches, Helen Ashton and Brett Tyne, and we worked like every day for hours, you know. At the beginning.
Yeah, is it like literally
it's tough.
that long?
Yeah, you want to, you know, this is, like you say, it's a responsibility and you don't want to,
for sure.
you know, slip. And that was an important part for me, and they looked after us.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, listen, guys, thanks a million.
Thank
Lovely chatting to you.
Thanks
Lovely
for having
to spin to win. Your work over there.
Yeah,
that method.
You only got 750.
You've been doing... Not to be sniffed at. You know, we're all congratulators around here, Callum. Right? Yes, we'd have all like $3,000, but it can't happen all the time.
Next time, let's spin again. Yeah, this is how
Come back tomorrow. You can stream Masters of the Air on Apple TV Plus from Friday. Thanks a million, guys. Coming up next.
Thank you.
We'd be so bad at this. Graham,
we'd all be so bad at it.
So good.
Yeah.
So tell us the premise of the show.
Right, so it's very simple. They chuck 10 of Ireland's best comedians into a room for 6 hours, and they can't laugh, but they've got to try and make each other laugh. So there's one, it's delicious watching people trying not to laugh, but also, as a kind of performer, it's lovely watching people doing shtick in front of an audience of 9 who've already told you they're not going to laugh. It's sort of...
And I think for you can laugh. You're just... You're
yeah.
You're the Wizard of Oz, right? You're behind the curtain.
My job is so... I'm literally sat on a sofa watching telly for 6 hours. I do that on my downtime. That's my life.
That must have been the easiest pitch of your life.
It was so easy. And also, do you know what? I've never worked in Ireland before. Never done a job in Ireland before, because I left when I was a kid. Yeah. So I never worked. And so I went back, and it was really fun to hang out with the comics, to be in Dublin for a week. Yeah. I loved it.
Yeah. And this show is all over the world, isn't it?
Last One Laughing, it's a Japanese format, and Amazon Prime Video have rolled it out across the world. It's everywhere. It's not here, and it's not in America.
Yeah, you don't think there'll be a UK version?
I'm sure there will at some point, yeah.
Because it's all about the cast, really, isn't it? The cast are so good.
They did a brilliant job of casting this. So you've got people you'll know, like Jason Byrne and Aisling Bea, Catherine Bohart, Deirdre O'Kane. But then there's people you don't know who, you know, are just work in Ireland. And it's great that they're now on this international stage, that people will see them. There's a guy in there called Tony Cantwell, who, if you get to episode 3, he does one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Like, do you know what I mean? It was a long time ago. I still remember it. And I don't remember much.
And do they produce their own... Sorry, I'm so interested. Do they produce their own comedy with the producers?
Yeah, so they talk, they prepare. Before they go into the room, they'll prepare, like, bits they might do on a stage, then they might have a few props with them. But a lot of it, as you can imagine, because you're in there for so long, is just on the hoof. And what makes people laugh is normally just a little aside when they're at the kitchen, or a little bit... Whereas if the curtains come back, you can steel yourself for this. You know, I'm not going to laugh at that. But you're caught out with the little things.
And then if they laugh, then you come in with the
yeah, I come in with a card. There's a yellow card and a red card. It's a sporting thing, Dermot. Yeah. And, and on the red card, they leave. That's what happens.
And did you see different countries' versions? So I just wonder culturally... how that plays out. So, what someone might find funny in Japan would be quite different to what we find.
I mean, I guess I'm biased, but this is my favourite version of it. I think these 10 guys are just brilliant in the house. And also because they just are funny. They're funny people. They've got funny bones. They're not just an act. And I think that's what makes it kind of consistently entertaining throughout. There's no kind of lull. Yeah. They're on, bam, bam, bam. By the end, I think they've gone a bit crazy.
Did you get PTSD looking back at your time doing stand-up?
I mean, do you know what? I didn't hate it, but I was just never very good at it. Really? I was a kind of a middling comic. I was never a closer.
But compare was where you found
that's what I like doing. And that kind of set me up for what I do now, you know, because you just chat to the audience, you make sure the mood's nice, and then you bring on the people to shine. And that's kind of what being a chat show host is.
I can't think of anything scarier than trying to make people laugh. And not only that, imagine having to make people laugh and then you're met with stone silence.
That's happened.
It's so scary.
Do you know what? It's a worse... having had it happen to me, it's worse to watch than it is to have happen to you. Yeah. When you're going through it, there's a kind of a weird calmness overcomes you, and you're just like, oh, well, here we go.
What can I do?
Whereas in the audience, I hate it.
Like, we love the Graham Norton Show so much, and you're such a, you're so good at your job. Have you ever had a panel where like a sofa where... Because invariably there's always someone you can go
That's
to.
what I think. I can't remember a night where no one on the sofa was any good. Do you know what I mean? That, like, to have a clutch of duds would be hard. But, often there's a quieter area on the couch.
Which you avoid a bit.
Yeah, well, you try and encourage them, and then eventually you give up. Yeah. And you go...
I guess the other thing is most people have been on twice. So sometimes if they come on and having a bad day, you must be like, you were great last time.
No, that is frustrating.
That's horrible, isn't it?
Or my favourite ones are the ones who come on, and they're big fans of the show, and they come on, and they're there, and like... It's not as good tonight. It's normally funnier than this. Well, that's because you're here. You're rubbish.
It is such a wonderful show. We've got to talk about the Wheel of Fortune. What
back.
a great show to do.
It is a really... Do you know what? And again, it's down to casting, because I assumed, because I haven't done a game show in years, I just assumed I'd take again some of the contestants. There'd be people I just thought, I hope you lose. But I honestly didn't. They were
liked everyone.
They were just really lovely people. And also, when you get to that bit at the end, when you're talking about 50 grand, they could earn more than that. It's scary because you're looking in their eyes and you see, oh, this is going to change your life if you win this. All on the spin of a wheel. It's very exciting.
Yeah, definitely. And what about Eurovision? Have you got any punts on that?
Well, Ollie, you know, Ollie Alexander.
It's going to be amazing.
It's a great thing that he's doing it, isn't it?
I think it's brilliant he's doing it, and I think the really important thing is he wants to do it. They haven't gone into kind of, you know, a stable and hit him with a cattle prod. Come on, you're doing it. He said, I want to do this. But, you know, what I love about Eurovision is you can't second-guess it, because Ollie's great, hopefully he'll have a great song, but then it's down to staging, it's where he is in the running order, what other songs are in the contest this year. You never know, but he's a great start.
You come from the great tradition of Irish hosts hosting UK Eurovision, which is so hard, because someone's always going to be annoyed with you.
Oh, people in Ireland, they take it so seriously. When I say we... referring to the UK entry. There's a way. And it's like, if you are basing your definition of nationality on a country that doesn't even know what countries are in Europe, good luck. Good luck. But it is funny, people take it so seriously.
So seriously.
It's such a fun night now, the year. I mean, Sam Ryder kind of changed that.
It was great. And also, and last year in Liverpool was...
With the four of you on stage, it was brilliant.
But also, I think, you know, I was kind of nervous, because normally it's my job to kind of, you know, slightly take the mickey out of the host nation. Suddenly it's us. Us. I've said it again. Us. What are you talking about? You're Irish. But I thought the BBC did a really, really good job.
And Graham, I have to ask about your books, because reading in my notes last night really made me chuckle. You say I spend more time saying the book's on its way, and I'm getting there with the book, than actually writing the book.
No,
so
I
where are you
Did you
right
get
now?
nervous?
Well, at the moment I'm a bit nervous because I need to finish it by sort of end of April, and I am now. It's proper homework time now. It's head down. So I am getting through it, and I'm enjoying this one. Sometimes it's harder, sometimes it's easier, but this one's fun, and it'll be out in September.
More adaptations, because I really enjoyed Holding. I thought that was
bless you, thank you very much.
ITV.
And I love that they went the extra mile and actually filmed it in West Cork. So, because I think, you know, the towns and the landscape were kind of a character in it. It was great. I think most books get sold to a production company, so the others have been. So fingers crossed, some of them make it to the screen.
Thanks.
I think we could safely say, Graham, you are absolutely smashing life.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, today I've had a puncture in my bike and my burglar alarm's going off as I'm sitting here. So, you know.
Last One Standing Are available to stream on Prime Video right now. Thanks, Graham.
Thanks, Graham.